And this episode is sponsored by Honore Office Supplies, your one-stop shop for a complete line of office supplies, furniture, computer, and janitorial supplies. That's where I get all my notebooks, my snacks, and my office needs taken care of. This is where they put the customers first, and they really mean it. So be sure to give Barry a call, and he'll get you everything you need to attack those goals in 2018. The calendars, the notebooks, the planners, they have it all. You can call him at 972-613-9963. Tell him Jonathan sent you. Family, welcome back to the official Jonathan Jones Speaks podcast. Y'all, I know you're tired of hearing it, but I still haven't told you. And if nobody else has told you yet, Happy New Year to you. Happy 2018. Let's get it. And I just want to preface this episode by saying, it is that time, the beginning of the year where everybody begins to make those resolutions. They take the time and they really examine out their plans and examine what they need to do to prepare to make those resolutions. So therefore, I felt that this should be something that's done that's in relationships as well. This should be something that we look at, that we take a moment and we really analyze and evaluate. So I felt that this topic was very fitting for today. And today's topic is: there's a thin line between relationships and business. That's right. There is a thin line between relationships and business. Y'all, we're going to go ahead and just dive in because I got a lot to say today. And I'm excited to share this information with you. So get out your pen, get out your paper. Y'all know how we do. We got to write it down. If we don't write it down, we will forget it. Statistics show that it's more likely to get forgotten if we don't write it down. So today I'm just going to share with you 3 different types of relationships that you should look out for in your business. And y'all, the first one, this one we all should be familiar with, but this one's a parasitic relationship. And that's specifically defined as when there's one party that benefits at the other's expense. So I was in high school, and at this time, this was my junior year, and my brother, who just went off to college, or he was getting ready to go off to college, and at that time, my brother was driving this Jeep Grand Cherokee, that was passed down from my mother to us, and she allowed us to, ride in the Jeep and take over because she understood that I needed to get to school. He would be driving, and that would be fine. So he drove this Jeep, whatever. He graduated. Then it was my turn to have the Jeep. And y'all know how it is when you're the first kid at your school, or maybe y'all don't, but I was one of the first kids at my school with a car, or with a vehicle, if you will. And around that time, some of my friends, one of them was a little bit younger than me, and he didn't have a driver's license or anything like that. So at that time, he would always hit me up because this was my best friend at the time. He was like, "Hey, John, well, I don't really have a way to get to school. I missed the bus. What's up? Can you come scoop me?" And I was like, "Okay, that's my boy. I'll come get him. No big deal." And then one time turned into multiple times, and then multiple times turned into giving me no gas money. And y'all, everybody got to the point where they were riding with me, or they were asking me for rides, and it was an inconvenience on me. And they were paying no gas money. They were putting nothing in my tank. So I'm sitting here pouring money into my tank, and they're not even investing in my tank at all for me to compensate them. Like we're talking about parasitic relationships. And they were benefiting at my expense. But also I was allowing that to take place as well, because I can't even go on and not take my part of the blame as well. Because one thing that we have to understand is that in parasitic relationships, these are those type of individuals that, you see at the potluck, and they don't bring anything, but they eat everything. Y'all know those people. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I was one of those people for some time. They would always say there's a potluck. I would say, okay, I'm going to come. And I would never ask, is there anything that you need, or should I bring anything? I would just show up, and then I would just eat, and then I would just leave, and I would be perfectly fine with it. But now I'm starting to realize that which took place in my personal life is something that can take place in business just alike. because there are people that will mooch, they'll mooch and they'll mooch and they'll hang around as long as there's something for them to gain, right? And understanding that they're gaining something, you want to be really aware because they're gaining something at your expense. And, when these people are around you, they might be around you when you're having a mastermind, or they might be around you when y'all are going back and forth sharing ideas, or you're just sharing your business ideas. But you want to be careful because these are those people, once again, they want to get something for nothing. So they're going to take your information and then they're going to take it and want to duplicate that within their own business, within their own brand. Parasitic, because they're looking for the benefit at your expense. That's dangerous, y'all. We have to be careful of that because we don't play those games like that. We can't. You can't play those type games with certain people because they will really suck you dry. Being a parasite. Parasite is the root word, and that's never healthy. It never looks good. So you need to challenge that individual. If you recognize, you say, "Wait a minute, what are you doing? I need you, sir. I need you, ma'am. I need you to apply yourself, and I need you to learn this information for yourself. You can't just ask me all the questions and try to pick all my information." A lot of people do that to individuals they know that are coaches and stuff like that. They're like, "Hey, well, do you mind if we go have coffee?" And then they want to pick your brain, quote unquote, pick your brain. When people say that, you already know what time it is. You should say, "Oh, no, I don't have time for you to pick my brain, actually, because I'm not about to just give you my time for free and you benefit and there's no reciprocal benefit at all." Nah, fam. You can't get the reward without the labor or the risk. We can't do that. So that's the first one you want to watch out for. Parasitic relationships. Second, there's another relationship that's called mutualistic relationships, right? And this is a relationship where both party has the opportunity to benefit. And this is one that I really can appreciate because as you begin to look towards forming business relationships and relationships in your personal life, me personally, this is something that I typically need in this space. I need mutualistic relationships because if you're not adding value to me and I'm not adding value to you, then we're playing with each other's time, and I don't think we're doing anything for each other, and I don't think that's beneficial for anybody. So I would just encourage you that if you don't see somebody who's looking to invest in you and you looking to invest in them, then I don't think that's the best place to invest your time. That's one thing I've began to realize last year, and I'm really being extremely intentional about my time this year. And so should you, because your time is valuable. Your gift is valuable. What you have to offer to the world is valuable. And if nobody's taking the time to see that value, then you shouldn't be taking the time for that person. I'm just saying. Because think about it. Like I want you to think for a second. Would you invest time into someone who could care less about the value of your time? Really, really think about that. Imagine somebody asks you a question. Okay. They say, "Hey, well, I'm just curious on how do you work this camera?" Say you're a photographer. And then they say, "I'm just curious how you work this camera." And then the individual says, "Well, this type of camera I work with, so I can help you out. You do this and you do that, and then you turn this button on here and you hit this switch there, and then that should get you started." And then the person looks at them and they say, "Wait a minute, what'd you just say?" And the individual who just answered the question is sitting there like, "Bruh, you just heard me answer your question. This is what you asked. I didn't ask you to give me this question. You asked this question, so obviously you didn't know how to do it. So you should have took notes because I'm not going to answer you again." That's somebody who doesn't value your time. That's not a mutualistic relationship. So it doesn't make any sense at all for just somebody to be around you who's just taking your time up. Somebody around you who does not care or could care less about benefiting you, because you want somebody like that in a mutualistic relationship. You want somebody who is intentional and somebody who is strategic with your time, somebody who is intentional and strategic. Because if you don't have people who have, your better interests at hand or better interests at heart, then I don't think that would fall into the line of a mutualistic relationship. So, that's something just to think about, because I'm talking about intimate relationships and I'm talking about friendships, because, you want somebody who challenges you to get better daily. You want somebody who holds you accountable. You want somebody who wants what's best for you. If you don't want nobody, or I don't want nobody around me personally that doesn't want to see me shine like I want to see them shine. Let's be honest. Seriously, if you can't celebrate other people's accolades, and you can't celebrate other people's accomplishments, and you can't celebrate other people's shining moments, then you need to check yourself, because you're not looking for a mutualistic relationship. You're probably somewhere being a parasite, being parasitic, because we need to learn how to celebrate the great things that other people are doing. Because if we have the opportunity to get the accolade, and if we have the opportunity to shine, we would want somebody to celebrate ours, right? Because there's too many people out here who are too busy focusing on trying to hate, and too busy trying to throw shade, and whatever other terminology you would like to hear or you would like to say there. And we just need to learn how to clap for people, just to smile, encourage people, because you don't know what it took for them to get to that level. You don't know what it took for them to achieve that goal or that dream. So just remember that when the next time you see somebody next to you, and they're able to hold up a medal, able to hold a plaque, they're getting recognized, clap for them. Because if you were in their position, wouldn't you want somebody to clap for you? And y'all, just thinking about this type of relationship, and just thinking about this type of relationship, I think this is why coaching communities and masterminds are truly beneficial. Because you pay the coach a fee, and they invest into your life. And if you're not familiar with what a mastermind is when a group of people get together and they either talk about specific things that they're working on in their business, or an individual might just go into a mastermind meeting, and there might be one instructor just teaching business sense around a specific topic or something like that. So that's really what a mastermind is. And a coaching community is when there's an individual that you pay monthly, weekly, depending on what the agreement is, and you work with them, and they, depending on what their service is, some there's personal development coaches, others there's fitness coaches and trainers and things like that. It depends on what you're seeking out, and they pour into you in that specific realm or arena, whichever one is their specialty. So that's really what those are. But not just into your business, but if you have personal development coaches, a lot of them will pour into your business, but especially your life. Because my coach, Kendall Ficklin, he always says, if your personal life is a mess, then your professional life will be in a mess also. You can't come up in a professional sense or in a business sense, and then your personal life be out of whack. It just doesn't add up. That's 2 + 2 = 5. It just does not add up. But yeah, with coaching and with things of that nature, and just talking about that realm and that space, both parties benefit by having the understanding that there's no hidden motive. The coach takes the fee from you, and then you receive the coaching from the coach, or you receive the insight or the wisdom. Because typically a coach is somebody who is experienced in that area, and you're paying the coach because they're teaching you what they've learned going through that line of the business, or they're sharing their experience of what they've learned in different challenges. For instance, my coach, Kendall Ficklin, is a speaker. He does professional development, and he also is an author as well. I decided to make him my coach because I saw what he was actually doing. I saw him going and booking speaking engagements. I saw him selling books. I saw him working with colleges and schools, and I said, that's what I want to do. So then I reached out to him after I was connected by Coach Bruce Kennedy. And then from there, I realized that the goals that he had for himself and the goals that he saw for me, they aligned. So I said it makes sense for me to team up with this coach right here, Coach Kendall Ficklin, and from there, that's where I decided to hop in. Because with coaches, there shouldn't be any hidden motives, but it's all out in the open. And I have nothing but love and respect for Kendall Ficklin, because the guidance that he shows, the strategy and the instruction, and I can tell that he genuinely cares about me. So, Coach, I appreciate you, sir, and very, 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 very grateful for you. Very grateful for you. But y'all, lastly on this mutualistic relationships, I want to just give a tangible example, because I know that tangible and real life examples help me out, and I hope they help y'all out as well. If they are, feel free to shoot me a tweet. Feel free to shoot me a tweet about anything on the podcast. If something sticks out to you, a quote or anything like that, at Jonathan J Speaks. But y'all, lastly, here, the real life example would be the fact that I partner with a lot of colleges and schools, right? Because, for instance, a school might be looking to book a speaker. The goal is for them to book a speaker. And my goal is to add value wherever I go, to impact students and millennials to pursue their passions for entrepreneurship, right? So I see they're looking for a speaker, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm looking to add value. So here, both parties are happy. The kids would be empowered, and I would receive the fee. I would be compensated. Therefore, it's a win-win. That's a mutualistic relationship. So if you're looking for a place to form a mutualistic relationship, I challenge you to seek out some places who need what you offer, your product, your brand, your service, etc. And then that way y'all can team up, and then you get what you want, they get what they want. Like my dad calls it, a win-win. And I mean, that would be the most successful way to get what you're trying to achieve. The great Zig Ziglar said it best when he said, you can have everything you want in life if you will just help other people get what they want. And that just speaks to the point right there, friends. So help other people get to where they want to get in life. Help them solve their problem. And then from there, you'll be able to achieve what you would like to achieve in life. And y'all, the last type of relationship we're talking about, because there's a thin line between relationships and business. There is a thin line, y'all. There's a thin line. I once heard it said that in business, you don't give somebody second chances. Your family, you get second, third, fourth chances. Mahari Takai says that. Say, family, you give them second, third, fourth chances. But in business, you don't get it right the first time, then I'm sorry. You're talking business now. Because business, you're paying money. It costs money for mistakes. Nobody has time for that anymore. So lastly, we're going to talk about this final relationship. And this is one that's really dangerous. This is one that's really, really, really dangerous. And this one is predatory relationships. It sounds bad, y'all. It sounds bad. And this is where a predator has a specific biological interaction towards hunting to feed on its prey. The best example I can think about is when you think about the lion and the gazelle. When the sun comes up in the morning, the only thing on that lion's mind is to get that gazelle and to tear it apart. Lion's behavior. That lion is about to go to work on this gazelle. So predators, they might not kill their prey, but the goal is to feed on them. And then oftentimes it can result in death. It can result in death for the prey. So we want to look at our lives. We want to look at those people around us, because in all the spaces of our life, we all have seen some people in these spaces. If it hasn't been us, we know some people who want to capitalize or take advantage of somebody, take advantage of a situation. These are the people that if you hang around them long enough, they'll kill your dreams. These are the people that if you hang around them long enough, they will kill your spirit. And ultimately, they might even kill your business. They might even kill your business, depending on how close you let them get to you. Because once there's this gentleman I met, and me and him were like we're having a good old conversation. He said, man, I have all these great ideas. I said, man, okay, well, what are you gonna do with them? He was like, I like the idea. I like the way they sound. I was like, man, yeah, it does sound you have like great ideas. And I said, well, how did those end up working out in your business? He said, what? I said, how'd they work out when you tried them on your business? How'd they work out? He said, I actually haven't even tried them yet. I was hoping that you would let me try them with you. I said, what? He said, I was hoping that you would let me try them with you and your business. I said, man, please take a seat. Sir, please, right here, sit down. Sir, yes, this one right here, this seat is for you. Please sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Because the predator sees you as an easy come up. The predator, they want to give you constructive criticism, but they've never constructed anything. That's the predator. Be aware of these people. They always want to tell you what you need to do in your business, what you should be doing, and let them take control. No, you can't take control. No, you can't be. No, get away. Please get away. No, you're not going to get no easy come up. Be aware of these individuals. You have to be aware because they're out there, they're lurking, and they're looking for the easy come up. They're looking how to get something for nothing. They're looking to see how they can take your idea, twist it up, manipulate it, and then win from it ultimately. So y'all, be aware of these individuals in all three of these categories because they're lurking. Be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. Because some people are parasites in that parasitic relational space. It might be your girlfriend, might be your boyfriend, might be your partner. I don't know. Be aware. Some people are looking for mutualistic relationships. They're all about that mutualism. They help you push them. Every day, y'all motivate each other. Y'all turn each other up. Y'all encourage each other. Each one of y'all helps lift the other one. That's amazing. And then there are some who are just predators. They're just prowling and looking to find a way to where they can capitalize on an individual's business. They can capitalize on you. They can use you for what they want to use you for. And then after that, they're going to say, you know what? I think we're done here. I don't think I need much from you anymore. You're no good no more. So be aware. Be aware. Be aware. So y'all, I'm just really grateful that y'all took the time to join us today. Y'all know I'm a really big application guy. So here are three quick tips. That can help you decipher who should be in that trust circle of yours. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, let's go. First things first. Put your relationship/friendships to the test. Put those relationships and friendships to the test. Now that y'all have been informed of these three different types of relationships, now for you not to take this information and to apply it into your life, although you've been educated on it, that would be pure ignorance. So I would just encourage you to take a good look at these individuals around you. And I want you to ask yourself, are these people that you so-called friends helping you elevate? Are they helping you remain the same? Or are they influencing you to digress in your process of life? Helping you elevate, helping you remain the same? Are they influencing you to digress? I know it can be tough and better yet scary. However, you really want somebody in your corner, and you really want people in your corner that when times get tough, you wouldn't be able to. Would you really want somebody in your corner that you wouldn't be able to trust them? Would you want that person in your corner when something goes bad and then they're looking at you and then they just turn or they run? It's just something to think about, because relationships that stand the test of time are meant to remain in place, and they'll remain just where they are because they were meant to stand the test of time. Next, elevation requires separation. And I say that because in order for you to get to your next level up the mountain, you have to lighten the load. You have to lighten the load. And if you can't change the people around you, I would just say, then change the people around you. Some of you might say, but John, that's my bestie. But John, that's my homegirl. But John, I know. I've been where you are, and I'm still transitioning through some of the same situations that you're transitioning through. But I've realized that some people can't go with you to the top. You can't take everybody with you to the top, because the mountain is high and it's steep, and carrying some of this baggage of these people is just heavy. And I want to share with you something that the great Edwin Robinson shared with me one time. He said, John, we don't throw people away. He said, sometimes we just have to love them from a distance. So I'm not telling you that as you began to see your true self, and as you began to get a hint of that growth that you're seeing in yourself, and as you begin to elevate, and as you start to invest in yourself and spend more time pouring into yourself, growing yourself, I'm not telling you to delete your friends off social media. I'm not telling you to unfollow them on Instagram. I'm not telling you to block their numbers. Definitely not what I'm saying. I just want you to make the best decision ultimately for your own life. Because when the rubber meets the road, everybody else will be doing the same exact thing. If that's limiting the amount of time for you to hang with certain people, okay. But if that's what's best for you, then you just have to realize to value your own time. If you don't, nobody else will. So, hey, some dysfunctional behaviors we gotta let dissipate. And then as they dissipate, sometimes people dissipate as well. And lastly, as we're going to prepare to go ahead and wrap the presentation up, you got to upgrade your environment. As you begin to allow yourself to separate from some of those things and people that may have been hindering you in your life, right? I want to charge you on this. I want you to start seeking out different places. And I want you to start seeking out other like-minded individuals that help you utilize your time to grow, that help you utilize your time to evolve, that help you challenge your time to level up. Because if you're not taking time to grow, and if you're not taking time to level up, then you will always digress. And that's never a good look. For instance, here we go. If you're looking to learn more about the intricacies of small business, right? I would suggest maybe visiting a local chamber of commerce near you, or maybe going on Eventbrite and seeing about events that pique your interest. Maybe meetup.com. That's what I did, honestly. Went to meetup.com. I found a local Toastmasters club, and I got connected because I knew they would stretch me to become a more effective communicator. I knew they would stretch me and expose me to a different type of audience. And whatever that area might be that you're looking to get stretched in, whatever that area you're wanting to upgrade your environment, if it might be, looking for new friends, I would encourage you to find these other locations, because then you find somebody who's like-minded. Then they'll join the charge with you. They'll hold you accountable. They'll push you. And they help you grow. And they'll help you stay away from getting in a potential slump because you don't hang out with some of your old friends like you used to. You don't go to the bar all the time like you used to. I was that individual. I was always in the bar. But then things started to change. I started to realize that going to the bar all the time was spending a lot of money, and going to the bar was spending a lot of time because I wouldn't be able to wake up early the next morning and get at it. Since the start of this new year, I've been waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning every day because I'm not staying up or staying out late anymore. And that's helped me grow, and that's really challenged me. So I want to challenge y'all to get in a place to where you don't allow yourself to slump because, those old friends aren't around you anymore. And when you get in that space, you're tempted to revert back to old behaviors and old ways because it's comfortable. Because that's comfortable to you. That's what you know. That's familiar. But instead, I want you to challenge yourself to grow in new spaces with new people. Whoo! Y'all, we covered a lot today. And I would love to hear your thoughts on this week's topic. Like I said before, tweet me. Shoot me a tweet at Jonathan J. Speaks. I hope today was a lot of value added. Let us know by giving us some feedback, by leaving a helpful review on the podcast app. And if you'd like to shoot us an email, send it over to info@jonathanjonespeaks.com. And feel free to share any topics that you would like me to unpack, and we will be sure to get back with you and love to take your topic and love to apply it and share it and help other people grow with us as well. So one more time, those 3 quick points, just so that if y'all didn't get it the first time. Put your relationships and friendships to the test. Second, elevation requires separation. So you have to make the best decision for you in your life. And lastly, you have to upgrade your environment. Y'all, as we're going ahead, we're going to do the quote of the week. Like we're talking about relationships and like we're talking about friends. The great Jim Rohn says, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Whoa. What does that tell us? If you look around and our friends are really tearing it up and our friends are getting busy, working, grinding, putting in some time and putting in some real work, that motivates us to do the same thing, right? But if our friends are all in the club, all in the bar, and wherever, just watching Insecure all day, all the time, and not doing anything, I have nothing against Insecure. I got nothing but love for Issa Rae. But what does that tell us? We are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. Wow. Solid quote. This week, the challenge by choice going into this weekend would be, what type of relationship would you consider yourself to be in with the 5 closest people around you? Parasitic, mutualistic, or predatory? A little food for thought there. Just a little bit of food for thought there. And today, I'm excited I'm elated and I'm proud to announce the individual in the winner circle today. Today in the winner circle, we're talking Pasha Cook. And Pasha Cook is the founder of Pasha Cook and Associates, an international image and branding consulting agency that educates athletes on how to champion their career transition. Through coaching, training, and mentor services, she focuses on helping athletes position themselves for career advancement by taking their personal brand to the next level. So let's welcome the one, the only Pasha Cook to the winner circle. Woo. And I was actually reading Pasha reading Pasha Cook's first book this past week, Champs U. And this book is full of great critical thinking exercises and tangible application. I would encourage you to visit her website at pashacook.com. And, we'll have all that information and her social media info and a link to the Huffington Post feature that she was in. We'll have that down in the show notes for you so you can have the opportunity to connect with her, because Pasha Cook is doing amazing things. And when it comes to branding, Pasha Cook is a beast, a branding beast. Nothing to play with at all. But lastly, friends, we're getting ready to wrap it up. But I don't know if many of you know, but January is my birth month, right? And I want to know who likes free stuff. One more time. Who likes free stuff? I can't hear you. Okay, I'm just going to assume that somebody said they like free stuff. So we're going to be doing my 30th birthday giveaway, okay? So for my birthday on January 25th, we're doing a JJ birthday giveaway. That's right, a JJ birthday giveaway. And all you have to do is do these 3 quick steps. The first thing, you just follow the Instagram handle at JJ Speaks Podcast. Second, you just visit the link in our bio where you click that and then you leave a helpful review. Third, you just screenshot the review and DM it to JJ Speaks Podcast for your chance to win and be fan of the week. We'll be giving out 3 autographed copies of Process in honor of it being my 30th birthday. And I might throw in a few extra goodies. Who knows? There is no purchase necessary, no purchase required. And as y'all know, for more information on me, or if you'd like to purchase a copy of Process, or even for booking, just visit jonathanjonespeaks.com. And we're about to close it out. This is best-selling author and TEDx speaker Jonathan Jones reminding you, speak your success, believe in your greatness, and create the life of your dreams. See you next week, friends.